Brought to you by Penguin.
Dungeons & Dragons, Spelljammer, Memory's Wake, by Django Wexler. Read by Lisa Flanagan.
For Luke, Mike, Graham, Dave, and the rest of my high school role-playing group. Watch out for fat mayors. Chapter 1. The sun hung directly overhead, forever unmoving, like a copper penny nailed to the vault of the empty blue sky. Sweat trickled down Axia's neck in spite of the broad straw hat she wore, and Flotsam huffed and complained. "I know," she said, shifting on the splintery box of the battered old cart. "You're hungry. We're almost there." The giant hamster huffed again, shifting in his harness and making the cart rock. Axia laughed. "Quit it," she told him sternly. "Zorik wants another load by the end of first shift." Flotsam grumbled but kept plodding along. The trail wound back and forth between the ridges that ran along the edge like an old woman's wrinkles. When Axia looked over her shoulder, she could see the bowl, like a party-colored cloth of browns and greens, with Harbor's cluster of buildings an ugly little wart in the center. Out here the soil was too rocky for farming, and there was little to either side of the track but stones and scrub. Perfect for staying away from prying eyes. "Not that we're doing anything wrong," she told Flotsam. "Not really wrong, anyway. Zorik says cheating Vilgarder out of a few pennies of tariff is practically a public service." She tugged gently at the reins. "Come on, here's the turn." Flotsam pulled the cart over a last little hillock and into the clearing, wheels crunching over brown, drying grass. Bits and pieces from past deliveries were scattered about, odd-shaped chunks of wood bleaching in the endless sun. There were crushed pots and broken pans, lengths of fraying rope, scraps of canvas too tattered for mending. Axia wore thick-soled boots to guard against the rusty nails buried in the turf. The latest delivery was in a loose pile, like it had been tipped from a giant's trash bin. Planks and timbers, rails and spars, all shattered and jumbled up together. Once it had been a ship, sailing proudly among the stars and soaking in the sight of who knew what wonders. Now it was all junk, fit only for scavengers. Like me. Axia gave a glum sigh, then shook her head vigorously. "That's enough of that," she said, in a parody of Zorik's accent. "Feeling sorry for yourself never earned anyone a copper." She hopped down and fetched water and feed from the otherwise empty cart, filling Flotsam's tin bowl and pouring a pile of pellets beside it. Tipping her hat back, she took a swig from her own canteen and let a little more splash onto her face, droplets running back into her tightly bound hair. "Eat up," she said. "Still a long day till dark shift. With any luck, we'll get to go into town." Flotsam squeaked his approval, already stuffing food into his cheek pouches. Axia patted his furry flank and went to the pile of debris, pondering what to load first. There was an art to this, Zorik always insisted. Intact planks or lengths of spar were most valuable, but she'd already picked most of those out on her previous visits. That left broken, damaged oddments. The carved end of a bed snapped in half, a piece of capstan, something that might have been a chunk of figurehead. Axia sorted through each piece, figuring how to pack the cart without overstraining Flotsam. Toward the back, there was a stack of broken decking, the wood shot through with wormholes. That would make it weak, apt to snap under pressure or just rot to pieces. Axia hesitated, but Zorik's instructions had been clear. Bad timber was preferable to empty space on.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?